Pep Talk UK, Pro Bs once again, and we have returning. It's been a hot minute. The knowledge, Spencer Fearon. How are you, bruv?
How you doing, man? You call my surname so posh, you know, Spencer Fearon. I'm like, right, who's this brother?
I'm from the north side. I'm from the north side. That's how. So maybe it's that. Maybe it's that. How you been keeping?
Everything's blessed, man. Everything's blessed. I've got to send out a massive apology to everybody because we had quite a few people. I watched a few thousand. We had on a watch along yesterday on The Fight Is Right with myself, Tunde Ajayi, Gary Blake. I fell asleep on the watch along, you know. So, you know what? My daughter's free now. She can reach the switch for the heating. I said, why was I so tired? And I mean, I just finished my fast, and brother, I fell asleep on the watch. I was talking, and then I just dropped to sleep, man. Some proper snores as well.
I'm gonna look out for the clip for that, definitely.
Yeah, and that Tunde, that little Satan, he just said he was posting it everywhere.
Oh, I'm gonna go on Tunde's IG and look for that.
Yeah, man. Yeah, bad jokes, man. Bad jokes.
It's crazy.
Even better for talking to you, Pro Bs, man. I hope everything's blessed your head, man. What's going on,
man? What's going on is there's been a lot of good fights, and that was last night in particular. Very intriguing card. We had some big fights that
we had bangers on that fight. You know what I mean? Natasha Jonas, Katie Taylor fight was a big boy fight.
Yes,
and it was a close fight, but like when me and Tunde scored it, Katie Taylor did win the fight. You know what I mean? But Natasha Jonas is a G. Technically, she is a G. Bare props to her, you know, and she'll come back again. She'll come back again, and she will win a world title. It got denied for her against Harper. You know what I mean? She was runner-up in this fight, in a close fight. You know what I mean? But she's up there, and she's one of the best female fighters in the world. Because we got to turn around and say Katie Taylor's one of the best female fighters in the world, and she gave Katie Taylor a terrific run. And she hurt Katie Taylor in that fight as well. But Katie Taylor is a G. Phenomenal advert for female boxing. Phenomenal.
I mean, the skill set's all there. You know, the combinations, the movement, you know, the way that she just flows, you know, in transition in the ring. She's an amazing fighter. Amazing. Did you think that Natasha Jonas could have taken the initiative a little bit more to kind of solidify a points victory?
What she did, she lulled Katie Taylor in to throw like the straight left hand down the pipe to come back with her right hook, and she was doing that, and she was doing that quite well. But on certain times she was kind of loading up, so it was kind of because she was loading up, Katie Taylor could read it. But then she could read Katie Taylor's attacks because Katie Taylor was gauging it to like, oh, you think you're going to rough me up? And she'll come with that burst, and she'll go right hand, left down, right, and throw that three punch combination, but she'll find it very hard. So it was a really good fight.
Yeah.
Really good fight. And even though Natasha Jonas has 2 losses on her record and a draw, she's bad, man. Trust me. Big her up. Yeah, big up my little brother as well, Tom Stalker as well from MTK, because he was down there working with her as well. So yeah, man, Natasha Jonas, she's gonna come back. Joe Gallagher's got rated. He knows how to make game plans. I mean, he made a very good game plan for her. But like I said, Katie Taylor is phenomenal.
Yeah, just to kind of conclude it, I was surprised by Katie Taylor's approach because in the bassoon fight, the second fight, she kind of boxed the move. And some people criticized her for that, right? This time round, she's like, you know what?
I'm rocking.
I'm standing center. Let's go.
Yeah.
Wow, amazing. Great fight. Women's boxing right now, just throwing up some bangers. Banger after banger.
Listen,
incredible.
Listen, it's like that fight yesterday was superb. You know what I mean? It was really, really good. You know what I mean? Also, Craig Richards.
Yes.
Big up Richards, because you got and listen, Craig Richards, as long as he keeps on doing this, he's gonna become a world champion. He was in with Bivol, you know. I want people to realize Bivol's no joke. He was in with Bivol. And you know what? Props to Craig Richards. You know what I mean? Because we've seen this before. We saw this in 2017 when he fights Frank Buglioni. Yeah?
Yes. Short notice, 5 days notice.
Right. He takes a fight with Frank Buglioni. He comes out second best in there, but then he just manages to keep on improving. And you know what? Slight adjustments, and he could have won that fight, you know? Because I didn't have it wide like certain scoring. I had that fight pretty close. And you know what? All he's got to do is continue doing what he's doing. He's going to become a world champion. He's got to keep that same focus and drive. I believe that he'll become a world champion. Very, very good fighter. Very good fighter. You know what I mean?
What about Bivol for you? I mean, some people are saying that, look, he looks beatable, even though he's a fantastic fighter. They see a bit of chinks. Yeah.
He does look beatable. Do you know what I mean? But I can see where they're going with this dynamic. They are going to make Bivol versus Joshua Buatsi this year. I guarantee it. I think the two of them sparred as well. I guarantee it. Trust me. They're going to make that fight. I think Joshua Buatsi is ranked very high in the WBA as well. He's got one of the intercontinental titles or something like that. They're going to make that fight. I mean, they're going to make that fight. That fight's going to be this year.
And obviously he's fighting on the 12th, not far away. We're going to see the improvements that he's made under Virgil Hunter real soon. Yeah,
we shall. You know what I mean? I speak to Joshua quite regular, and he's proper enthralled by the things that he's learning, because he's actually being taught things, being shown things, which is not saying that he weren't being shown things before, but he is like a kid in a candy store. So, you know what I mean? We shall see how he performs.
All right. Chris Eubank Jr., Marcus Morrison.
He didn't impress me. I'm sorry. I'm being real. Eubank Jr. didn't impress me. He didn't. Because he has, I think he was trying too hard. I mean, he didn't impress me. And that's no disrespect to Chris Eubank Jr. that he didn't impress me. But I'm going to take things into consideration. He's been out for a little while as well. You haven't fought under these kind of conditions. But I've seen Morrison lose before, right? And I was thinking that Eubank should have stopped this guy within 5 rounds. And on that performance, you couldn't fight Golovkin. On that performance. And, you know what I mean? It is what it is. But I do believe that there's more inside Chris Eubank Jr. And we should be able to see it. But on that performance, you're not ready for Charlo. I'm keeping it 100. On that performance, you can't fight Golovkin. On that performance, do I think that you can give better performance than that? Absolutely, I do. But on that performance, no.
What did you see in terms of improvements under Roy Jones Jr. being in his corner?
I didn't. I saw him being more patient. You know what I mean? It was like, you know what it is? I think the constant of you changing trainer, well, you've had different spouts with different trainers. Sometimes that can hinder you finding your own identity. And in spurts, I'm seeing Chris Eubank's own identity where he'll throw 3, 4, 5 uppercuts, right hand, straight left hook. You know what I mean? Sorry, right hand, left hook, straight right hand, uppercut again. I've been accustomed to seeing that from you when you were working with other people. So you never showed me nothing that I haven't seen before. But the thing about it is this, you've been with better opposition than Marcus Morrison and performed better. But I don't know, you know what I mean? But I'm going to allow it to the fact that it's been, was a year and a half since he last fought, or nearly 2 years. Yeah, so I'm going to put it to that. And I think that we're going to see better from him in the future. And I hope we see better from him in the future.
Of course, there was talk also of him wanting Andrade, who was a master technician.
You don't want that. Now, I'm going to be real. Listen to me. It's like Andrade is so good that he can switch off in fights. You feel me? Right. He's so good that he can switch off in fights. Right? But to me, I'll get upset with Andrade because I believe that you could actually do better than what you're doing. But Andrade's bad. Let's call it as it is.
Sometimes, you know, sometimes some fighters just make it look easier. Even DeGale, you know, when DeGale was making it look easy in his plum, it just takes a little bit of time off during the fights. Yeah.
The fight I see Chris Eubank Jr. in, seeing as you're back over in the UK now, you versus Felix Cash, I'd like to see that fight. And you versus Leon Williams.
Yes.
Those two.
Yeah. I think the Leon Williams fight, I think that probably is a real possibility.
Well, we shall see. We shall see.
Yeah. All right. You know what? I won't stall anymore. I think there's been a lot of talk online about robberies and who won and whatever. Chisora didn't get the result against Joseph Parker.
You know, we're seeing more robberies in boxing now. You know why? Because everyone's wearing a frigging mask. That's why. There's Chisora won that fight. And that's that. You know what I mean? There's Chisora won the fight. But you know what? And I'm going to be 100. Because when Derek first came into boxing, I don't really think Derek was taught the fundamentals. Even though he was an ABA champ, or he got to the finals of the ABAs, right? He had a distinguished amateur career. But he wasn't really taught the fundamentals of boxing, like jab, 1-2, left hook, to his body structure. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Because what would he be? He'd be an endomorph, right? How his body structure is. So I don't think Derek was blessed with like natural talent. But what he makes up from it is his toughness and his relentlessness. Because if you look at it, Joseph Parker athletically was the better performer. And he stuck it on Joseph Parker. He had him flawed. He had him hurt. And I don't know what the judges were looking at. But I like the fact when Derek said, I'm not going anywhere. And we're saying, well, where does he go from now? Where does he go from now? He's had 2 fights. This year. And, you know what I mean? And they were both. But this
marginal.
fight, right, the Usyk fight, he showed up Usyk to know that Usyk is not that good at heavyweight. Right? And he showed up Joseph Parker yesterday to know that Joseph Parker isn't what he used to be. Even though he's still very good, but he's not what he used to be. And Derek Chisora should have been given a nod. And I had to watch the fight again in the morning because I told you I fell asleep on the watch. So I had to go and watch it again in the morning. So that's how I see that.
All right. Okay. So you mentioned Joseph Parker not being the same as he used to be. I mean, where can he kind of go from last night's victory?
He's going to get a shot at something. But I think the right thing should be a rematch with Derek Chisora because the fight was very entertaining. And it should be, Derek Chisora should get a rematch.